Happy May the 4th, everyone, and welcome back to this week of Vibroblade Ridge. It's going to be a fun week. I did pick up dark gray. I got a lot of dark gray. It came into work, so we're able to pretty much do one full corner, one of the last two corners of the mock. You'll see I kind of leave some of the dark gray filler brick untouched for just access reasons. Another thing we're going to touch on this week is the top. I do go through, I build as many foxholes as I can, which unfortunately is not going to be that many because I ran out of 1x2s already. So with my new job starting up this coming week, along with summer school and other stuff, but with that starting up, I should have a decent amount of income. So within a week or two, I can place another large order for parts. Otherwise, again, we're in the filler brick game again. I just got to do the last two base plates of filler brick. And the final thing we're actually going to touch on, sorry for saying a lot, but the last thing we're going to touch on very briefly at the end is going to be a finished Commander Mav. I'm not going to do a full walkthrough. I'm kind of just going to put him in front of the camera so you can see that he's complete, because he has been, a big focus of, I think, 2 weeks ago he was a big focus, and then, we touched a little bit on him, I want to say, last week, too. So without further ado, guys, let's jump into this May the 4th building Vibroblade Ridge. Starting off this week with great news, we got dark gray 2x4s in at work, so I picked up a whole bunch of them. Just got a lot of them here. I'll probably be picking up more throughout the week. That way I can pretty much finish off the perimeter, because that's a big deal, is I got to finish off the perimeter of the last two base plates, so that's two sides of dark gray, and then I got one more side left on a third base plate to get all the dark gray done. So this is a big important key part. So I'll probably be spending a lot of money on that, which means general filler brick won't be done for a while, but I'd rather get dark gray done because I can get other 2x4s and 2x6s anytime. This is the only time the color matters. So, it's great that I do have this much dark gray 2x4s, and yeah, so we'll be able to add that this segment. Without further ado, let's move on. So this week I decided that I am officially going to take this apart. For many of you who may not know, or those that are obvious enough, this is that Takodana set that came out, as I want to say, part of the first wave of the Force Awakens set. See, that sure won't even stand up. And I got two of them, and I kind of combined them together. I added the second wall, and I just kind of made the middle a little bigger. But in all honesty, I don't have a use for it. It's taking up space, and it's got some great dark tan parts I can use. So I'm going to go ahead, dismantle it, or not just straight dismantle it, but I'm going to just pull parts from it to use on the mock. And yeah, so I thought I'd actually, kind of put this in the video, because eventually I think a lot of us come to realize when you're younger you get a lot of sets, and then when you're older you decide what sets are good, what sets you don't want. And like this, I don't need this set. It's just kind of taking up space, and honestly, if I were to do a mock, let's say, I'd just make something big. I mean, I guess really the front wall part would be nice, but outside of that, I mean, it's pretty much a useless set. It's kind of like I got rid of it, but I had the Scarif bunker right here, so it's kind of like that. It's kind of a figure grab and just a little kind of almost part grab. So I'm going to go ahead, dismantle this, take this apart, see what parts I can use, and yeah, because as you'll see in the next bit of the segment, we go ahead and we're going to kind of work on finishing up the top, getting done some of the foxholes and stuff like that. So actually, we'll head right over there. Let's go look at some of the top details. I've already started with one of them. We're going to go through and we're going to try to do most of the top, if not all the top. I had this one kind of done last week. Oh, no, this one. I had this one done last week, I think, and then that one was kind of something I was showing you earlier. But I'm going ahead as I'm trying a deeper version. I really like the deeper version, but I also like having a couple of the shallow versions, so I'm going to kind of spread them out throughout the mock, some of the shallower ones, some deeper ones. We'll go through, kind of mix them up. But the goal is for this segment, since I do have this as like my week off of school before summer school starts, because I did take a summer class, yeah, kind of, that stinks. And before both jobs officially, run at the same time, and that I'm going to kind of spend this time doing probably some of the more detailing stuff, which is just, again, these foxholers or the blown out sections. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to kind of see where I get. Maybe halfway through I'll stop, do a little bit more recording, but I'm really liking the look of the deeper one. That's really nice. Do I have a figure? Yeah, I'll just steal one of these guys from down here. So I mean, it's actually really nice because the figure itself's about halfway in it. You know, the lens is equal to the bottom, so the figure's about halfway there. So if I want to put someone in there, I can, you know, have him, you know, peeking up over the edge, or have him dying, or maybe he's like, you know, just dead, you know, stuff like that. I don't know, just messing with it. But I mean, it's a little deeper, you know. And then I got the shallow ones, which actually the shallow ones are nice, so I can put them kneeling and kind of shooting out like I have over here. And the deeper ones are nicer. I can either have them hiding, you know, kind of showed you that, but I'll show you again. I can have them kind of like hiding here, getting ready to attack, or they can just be just dead, you know. I don't know. But so that's really nice. We'll just go ahead. We're gonna see where I get to, and yeah, let me get building. So after about 2 hours of building, give or take, I got good news and I got bad news. Pardon me. Good news is I've maxed out my parts, but I guess that's also the bad news because I am all out of the 1x2s that I've been using kind of for detail and in here. So I was able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, more like 4 and or 3 and 75, 3.75, because I don't really like this one. I don't think this one came out well. I'm gonna mess with this one later on, but like this one of the deeper ones, I think came out pretty well. This one came out really nice. I like it. A little bit more detail in there, I think. And on this one, this is kind of to give you a summary of what one of these might look like. Kind of just, you know, again, more detail is just kind of like the basic idea. But in doing this, I do think I am going to need to go with another color. I think dark tan works, but doesn't. So what I'm going to do is in my next order, I'm going to buy brown, the dark kind of red-brown as well to blend in, kind of like this color. I think that'll go well with this. I think I'll add a little bit of texture to it. So kind of the surface area is going to be, you know, mostly tan, but when you get these blown out sections like this, I'll go back through each of these and add in some dark brown elements. I think that's going to make it look a little nicer. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's bad, but when I got this one done, I just didn't like the way it looked for this one right here. It's probably my least favorite out of like the 4. I guess 5 technically, because I have that one over there. And even this one, because I like these two the best, I think putting some brown in there is going to work really well, especially so I can kind of hide the kind of brown flower things I attach the flames to. So let me know down in the comments if you think I should go ahead and do brown, or if you think dark tans are just fine, just keep using only dark tan. Either way, I'm gonna have to make an order, but right now in my head, I think I'm gonna do dark tan and brown. I'll wait till after this segment to make the order, because that's a really big thing I need you to comment on down below. Anyone who's watching this, anyone who like really cares about this progress, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it, but I want to know if you agree, or if you think, nah, just leave it the way it is and kind of just keep throwing in that and make sure, you know, it's different and detailed. Please really let me know. Another thing I might do is this one looks really square. Now there's not a lot of detail around it. This one kind of came out a little not as noticeable. This one came out not as noticeable. So I'm gonna kind of mess around with this one again too, see if I can get a little less square, see what I can do. This one's looking pretty good. This one's intentionally designed to look a little square, but obviously when I get more detail on the edges, I think it'll round out a little more, which is nice. But unfortunately, I was hoping to get more of the kind of foxholes done. I don't think that's going to happen, but I will be able to. I will go through and I will kind of plate what I can. My goal is to start the filler brick next. That's what I want to do, or the dark gray. So I think I'm going to hold off putting this dark gray down on this one. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tack these last 2 base plates. I'm going to clean up the area, and I'm going to go ahead and just brick out as much as I can with the box I have, or with essentially, yeah, I can put it all in a box. So the box of those I have. I do have some filler brick here, so I'll kind of do a little bit of this as well. I won't record this, but I'll probably time lapse what I do over here. I got to pick up all these clones, especially since I'm switching over. But yeah, for right now, I think we're cruising along okay, fairly well. You know, we did get the this done last segment, which is great, but that was pretty much, I knew kind of when I got the order in, I was really focused on the cliff and not so much on the detail. But pretty much now, every time I place an order, it's going to be solely just for the top. So it'll be, the goal is to order in like 800 1x2s in each color or more. It's kind of like the goal. But we'll see. Otherwise, you know, it's just what we can do. But let me know what you think. Are these looking good? I kind of don't like this one, kind of like this one. I try to connect a little bit here. I might pull this plate out, this one right here, and redo it. This one I'm going to definitely round up a bit. Whether that means I just need to add more detail kind of up top, or if I need to, I don't know. It definitely, because when you look at it, it looks, when you're looking in it, like when you get inside, you're like, oh, that looks good. But like when you kind of come back and you look at it, maybe because it's so flat out here, you notice the square more. But I definitely want to give it a more square look. So I'm going to go ahead and tackle that here in a little bit, whether this segment or next segment. But let's move on to the next part of the segment, guys. I kind of talked a little bit too much here, I think. So let's move on. So we got the whole corner done. This is amazing. This is great. So I'd say 1/3 of 3/3 of filler brick, or dark gray filler brick left is done. I just got to do the corners over there, and then this wall here. So, you know, probably not a third, more like a half. It's like 1.25 filler brick. I don't know. I'm trying to put numbers to it. It doesn't make any sense. But so the great thing is I did clear all the space out. So when I get more dark gray, which should be soon, I'm going to go ahead and do that corner, and then I'll come back and do here, just because with this wall coming back, it is going to kind of affect how I do these middle walls. So that is something that I want to do. I want to take care of for sure. But another thing we did get done, you know, on top of this, I do have actually some left over, which is nice too, so I can go ahead and kind of get started, get the bottom layer in there. I have also placed in the connector pieces. I got 2 on each, so I got to get a third one on each. I've also decided, you know, alongside those, I think I'm going to do some up top. So once I get the top completely plated, like the very general feature, kind of like, you know, like this, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pick a couple spots. I'll probably do like 2 in the middle, maybe. I'll have like 1 on the outside, 1 on the outside, on the bottom, 1 in the middle, and then I'll do 2 up top, or like here and here. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe like I'll do this post, and then, yeah, I don't know. I'll figure out the posts I want to do when I get all the other ones in place, because I think I want to do a little bit up here, so you know you can't separate it at the top. That's kind of like the goal with that. Another thing is I did get this all plated at least. Some areas that aren't plated are areas where I got to do the, you know, the foxholes, the blown out sections. I still got to go through and edit this one. Like I was saying, I want to say last segment, maybe earlier this segment. I can't even remember. But, you know, this is what it officially is going to look like kind of towards the end, which is great. We're getting there. I'm working on different depths for the blown out section. So you kind of see here, it's deeper. I'm going to lower one of those or one of those. I'm kind of going to figure out what I want to do with that as time comes. When we get here, though, pretty much from here on, if I may have 1 or 2, I'm not sure, because the clones are going to have mortars formed kind of throughout here, but you know, on this side and on that side, kind of over by that clone, a little over here, I don't know if I'm going to have some blown out areas past here, because I do have to get the trench in. So the big thing is kind of right before the trench, I want it to be relatively, you know, just normal, because obviously the separatists aren't gonna, or the droids aren't gonna, you know, 5 feet in front of them, they're not gonna launch, you know, a rocket or something like crazy. So pretty much from here on, it's gonna be smooth, and then once I get the trench in for the droids, I'm gonna see what I want to do. Another thing is I got to start coming up with an idea for the trench design, the wall portion, really, because I don't want it, you know, just to be flat. I might do some, you know, slopes on their side. I don't have my slopes up here. Do some slopes on their side. Do some, I want to get some of those, what are they? I'm not sure yet. I can't even think of what the part's called. It's a 2x2 brick, and they're like rounded. You know what I'm talking about? I actually don't know the official name of that brick, and maybe it is just 1x2 brick round. I don't know. I don't know. You can comment that down below if you do know that. But there's that. And then I am going to go ahead and I am going to buy dark brown 1x2s. Just because, A, it's going to add some color in the foxholes, stuff like that. You know, the blown out section is going to add a little bit of color mixture. And then I'm also going to need it for when I do the wall of the trench and kind of the bottom of the trench, you know, just to add some texture, some, you know, it's not all going to be solid gray, you know, some different colors in there, and then I'll have to do some for the physical texture. So I don't know yet, got to think of that. But otherwise, that's what we did get done for up here. We're going to really quick, we're going to end out the video with a quick look at a complete Commander Mav, and then we'll end out the video. Let's go. So here we have him, Commander Mav. He is a member, the leader of the 339th Attack Legion. Yeah, I want to say that's what I called it. I'll have to look at my book again, or the little story I wrote, the notepad, to exact name. I can never remember if it's Attack Legion or Attack Battalion. I think it's Attack Legion, though. If you guys want, I'll do a more full review on them, but I did just kind of want to show you the final looks of them. I was originally going to give them, not a sun visor, but some micro binoculars, but the CAC ones don't fit too well on his head, so I went with just the antenna. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for Commander Mav. That at least I want to show you. I don't want to dive too in depth. You know, maybe later during a clone episode I could, when we do like bulk building clones or something. But I just want to let you guys know he's pretty much done. Some of the rough look I kind of left because, you know, battle worn. The idea is he did participate in the first battle of Geonosis. So, you know, I decided to leave his armor not completely nice, just a little, you know, a couple of the when I went to detail, or some paint that didn't go all the way down or got chipped the way I left. But I did want to give you guys a look at Commander Mav, because we did go over him, like the last 2 episodes we've kind of gone over him. That one episode was dedicated to painting. So I just want to give you a look. But right now we're going to end out the video. So that was this week's episode. I think we got I got a lot more filler brick and dark gray than I thought I would. I bought a lot of cups when I went in. I think I bought almost 10 cups when I went into work. So I was able to do the whole corner, which was great. That was fantastic. We did see up top, you know, I got a little bit of it done. 3 of them came out very well. There was that one that was way too square. I think a lot of you will agree with me. Now maybe when I add stuff up top, it'll kind of blend in more, but I am going to go and try to round it out a little bit, see what I can do there. But I am also going to get 1x2s in brown, or at least a darker brown color, just because I think we can all agree having some color mixture in there is going to look a lot better. Another thing I didn't touch on during the actual segment, but was with the flames, when I had that in there, I originally had some black studs in there to represent kind of like charred earth, charred stuff. I'll try to remember to do it next week, but let me know down below if you think that's a good idea. That's not a big question for this week, but if there's one that you know, it is one that if you want to answer, you can. And then we did get Commander Mav done, or at least you saw a final version of him. I didn't do the last bit of painting on camera. I actually changed a couple ideas that I was going to go with, at least in my head. I didn't try, but I was like this, and then I did that, and I was like, this looks great. So I did leave it the way it's at. The only one I'm not too sure on is that middle stripe. I think it looks good. You have the middle stripe, then you got the 2 lines coming off the chest plate. If you want me to do a full review, please comment that down below. I know I do have a follower on Instagram. I think I'm sure he follows me here too. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. But I was doing a little bit of Q&A. You know, I said, you know, ask me some questions and I'll answer them, you know, tomorrow. And one of the things was why I don't do hauls and reviews anymore. But the good news is we're going to get a May the 4th haul for today, obviously. And then I'm also going to, if you guys want, I'll be doing a review on the Commander Mav, but I need you to tell me that down below. I need at least 5 yeses for that to be a possibility, because I know sometimes my personal customs aren't big hits. So when it comes to personal customs, I really got to decide if I post them or not. But without, I'm not going to waste any more of your time this May the 4th. If you haven't bought Lego yet, go out and buy some. I actually got up early to record this closing part and opening part of the video. And I'm going to head up to my local Lego store. I'm going to buy some stuff this morning. It's going to be great. And hopefully you'll get a haul video either today as well, if not Saturday the 5th. So have a great day or night wherever you're at. Enjoy Star Wars Day, and I'll see you in my next video.